Good morning. I'm Lynn.
I'm Arnie.
And welcome to another day at Ewetopia Farms. Today I think we're going to talk about treating sheep with antibiotics for things such as pinkeye and scald or foot rot. But first we'll go feed the bottle babies, then we'll look at the ewes who had pinkeye. We'll show you how we feed bales of hay. We'll see how Glad's doing with his scald, and we'll trim some rams. And finally, we'll do some barn repairs. So let's get started. You know which barn we're in. They all got on again. That little guy, he just knocked the bigger guy off. You already had some. That's just being greedy. That's just being greedy. Sorry guys, you look extra hungry this morning. Ernie's rolling out the hay. Like I said, in this barn every day they get a bale of hay. These guys are finished, so we're going to remove all the bottles now. Because if we don't, they'll just chew on the nipples and destroy them. Well, I'm in with Dorset ewes here. These are the two pens that got pinkeye really heavily, and I think we treated two, the ones with the lines on their back. So in this pen we treated one, because I see one with a line, and I know for a fact we treated one on the other side. So I thought it's been a few weeks. Quite a few of them had it, and I thought maybe we'd walk in here and see if anyone's looking squinty-eyed or has any film over their eyes or liquid dripping out of their eyes. I'm going to try to look at the other side. Okay, so normally at a glance you would see the starts of pinkeye because they'd be kind of like squinting and blinking. There's the other one we treated over there. And when I look through here, I don't see anyone squinting at me. Hi! You guys bright-eyed and bushy-tailed? You look like it. Maybe I'll get that one that had the line on her, because she would have been marked as the worst. But all of these cleared up on their own with no treatment whatsoever, except for the one we gave, I think we gave her 2 shots of antibiotics, if I'm not mistaken. And now I can't find her. She's in here somewhere. Ah, here she is. Hi, honey. How's your eyes doing? How's your eyes doing? Oh, look at you. You look bright-eyed now. See, her eyes are wide open. There's no discharge around her eye. So I think it's all gone in this barn now. Pinkeye is caused by a bacteria that they get in their eyes. And luckily bacteria is treatable by antibiotics. But it is spread, usually it goes wild in a group of sheep that are really close together, like in these feeders, their heads are close together. So if one had it and is rubbing against the bars and the next one comes in and rubs against the bars too by her eye, it would have to be by her eye, then she could pick it up that way. But I think the most common way of transmission is flies. So now we're going into a little Indian summer here, but I'm not seeing a lot of flies. Well, I haven't even seen any. So flies would be the spreader. They would land on one eye because, you know, flies have to go for all the mucky stuff. So they'll be attracted to the discharge and stuff from the eyes. And then they'll go land on another sheep and another, and that's how it spreads quickly. We used to treat every single one when they got it. This year we tried to just let it run its course, and we only treated them if their eye got a film over and they were actually going blind in the eye because it was so infected. Otherwise we just let it go, and seems to have worked well. Everybody has gotten over it, and we didn't have to handle them or give them drugs. With resistance to antibiotics and stuff, I figure the least amount of drugs you give them, the better. We don't want animals sick, but if they are quite capable of overcoming it themselves, then I think it's probably better to let them. So that's good news on that front. This is the side with the older lambs, and pretty well most of the lambs, if they're not under the feeder taking it easy, they seem to be in the creep area nibbling on the grain. Here's number 9. Hi. Hi, number 9. This is the one from the mom who feeds the whole barn. And she's still in good shape, and she's learning to eat hay at the feeder with the moms. Hi, Seymour. Hi. You already had your bottle, sweetheart. Okay, come on, Katie. Next barn now. There you go. And this is the pen where all the little lambs came in yesterday. So it's all quiet in here today. They're all settled in nicely now. Yeah. In this pen, they're all under the feeder for some reason. And the moms are all eating. There's just a couple outside. So Arnie just put a bale of hay into the lamb barn, the keeper lambs. So I guess I'll show you how we feed round bales to the sheep for those of you who haven't seen it a million times. But we do have to remember there's new viewers every day. So he uses the skid steer to place the bale at the end of the feeder. And then the bales are covered in string to hold them together. So he cuts them open and pulls the strings off. These are wrap bales. So he first had to cut that plastic off over there. We bale our hay pretty dry, even though it's wrapped. It's just slightly damp to keep it nice and fresh and soft. Kind of soft like Arnie. And then it's the push. And obviously when you start it off, it's you got to get that roll going, and it doesn't just roll out. You actually do have to kind of rip it, rip sections every now and then, because it does stick together, and then continue rolling. This barn isn't full. We've got our ram lambs that are for sale, our keeper rams in here, and we have our replacement ewe lambs at the back. And we just finished emptying up the straggler lambs from the other side, so there's about 75 sheep in this barn, so they won't eat a whole bale a day, and they are out on pasture as well. This barn is still going out. They'll go out until the snow flies, And even then we'll let them out for running around, but of course they won't be eating in that time. So he'll push that bale right to the very end, and then he'll just leave it there in the round form. And once they've eaten up all the hay that he's rolled out this morning, then he'll go to the back and roll it back to the front again. If he could roll it back right now and just have a thicker mat for them to eat through, but we've found that if you leave it in the rolled up version at the end, that the hay stays a little fresher than if they have to eat through it all day long when it's wrapped out, because I mean rodents and birds and stuff can be going in there, dust gets in there, and sheep are fussy too, they don't want that, so just keeping it rolled at the end keeps it a little fresher for the sheep. We're in with the rams again, and Gladiator is still favoring his foot. So this morning I couldn't film it, but Arnie held Gladiator and I had a really good look at his foot to see if I could see anything stuck in between his toes, because occasionally there'll be a pebble or a clump of mud or stick or something in there, because usually they stop limping within one treatment, but he's still limping. Now he's a heavier ram, so a heavier ram is going to have more pressure on it. But I didn't see anything in there causing the problem, and it looked all dried up now, but I did treat it again with some copper tox. It's a liquid you pour in between the toes, and it kind of dries any infection up so that it's not wet and oozy. And we also gave him a shot of antibiotics. We use long-acting antibiotics here because we don't want to be catching them every single day. And they seem to work really well when you get a little bit of scald on your farm. It's a bacteria also, so an antibiotic will kill bacteria. If it was a virus, I'm sure people know, but maybe they don't. Viruses are not curable by antibiotics, so you can give them as many antibiotics as you want. But if it's a virus, they just have to work their way through it. Only bacteria are cured by antibiotics. So we're not veterinarians though. This is how we do it on our farm. But if you are treating animals for the first time, you really should consult your veterinarian. He may recommend a certain drug that he thinks is better, or a treatment that he thinks is better. So yes, this is what we do. It is not what we tell other people to do. It's just kind of a guideline. Consult your veterinarian always. Now Ferdinand needs his hooves trimming, and Arnie's having a really hard time flipping him over. Yeah, I'm gonna go get the clippers. So we managed to get Ferdinand down and get his hooves trimmed. They really needed trimming. Show his testicles. Look at the size of these boys. Not to be rude, but this is what a ram's testicles should look like. Ferdinand is really well endowed, but he's what we would change on Ferdinand is his height. We would make him a foot shorter, and then he's pretty close to a perfect ram aside from his height.
Look how thick that cartilage is on his ear. Both of them have thin ears.
Yeah.
Hey, right, you ready to go? There you go. Sorry, Matt.
He'll feel a lot better now. He'll be walking on nice feet now.
I'll trim some of those young ones before he comes. There's two that have no.
We got someone coming this afternoon for a couple of Dorset rams. So some people will say let their hooves wear off and you don't need to trim them. And you can see we have a cement platform here, so technically they could wear down really well here. Plus they're walking on uneven ground in the pasture and stuff. But even when they're walking on stuff like that, their nails grow. And you want their nails to grow. It's a sign of a healthy animal that's growing their nails. If their nails weren't growing, you'd wonder what was wrong with them. They're probably deficient in some kind of nutrient. So I'm thinking you should always trim their hooves. Yes, walking around like this can self-trim them, but what will happen is they'll tend to snap off. And that's when you could get infections in their hooves, and you'd be treating it like we are with Gladiator. Gladiator didn't get it for that reason, but if they break off, they're more susceptible to getting infections in them, and it can hurt them. It can break off too high. So yes, it's a little more work to catch them and trim their hooves, but I think it is something that again is worth it for the welfare of your sheep. He's on a roll. So he managed to catch Gimli too. Gimli is such a beautiful ram. He's from our ram Earl. Earl's not here anymore, but this is a son we kept back from him. He is also a big boy, but he's really wide too. Got good testicles, got a really good muzzle on him.
Oh, also. Got a good bite.
Really good bite. I think he's a very attractive ram. Some people don't like the wrinkles on their face. To me, I actually like a few wrinkles. I don't like too many, but just enough. But he's got the right Dorset wool configuration, and he's got really good feet on him.
There you go. Didn't have too much to trim.
No, I didn't think he was too bad.
That's just a little pink there.
Yeah, he's really pink.
Hey, you ready to go up? There you go. Oh, run away. Oh, he's going to hit me now?
No, he's not. Okay, so we're going to let him outside.
If you want.
It's easy enough to get him back in when that guy comes.
They'll
He's
probably
not.
be back for that time.
That's right. He's coming in a few hours. Someone's looking for a Dorset ram. Repeat customer again. Always a good thing. So this will be, because it's been raining, this will be the first time the two new rams, Quincy and Hilton, have been out. I don't know if Glad will go out or if he might just stay here. Oh, Glad, you could just stay here, you know. He wants to go with the group. Poor boy. Hopefully he'll be fine soon. But we wanted to get the rams out of here because, like we've mentioned before, with that rain coming off for the last little while, we do have the bedding pack in there. It stays dry, but any hay and straw that kind of sloughs off into the concrete platform with the rain gets mucky. So we're gonna scrape up all that so that they're not walking on squishy, wet, dirty ground. So for cleaning up the platform, he just puts his bucket down and basically drags it along the platform and gets it scraped off. There we go. It's nice and clean. It's a windy day today, so look at what's happening. All the leaves are coming off the trees. Hopefully not too many, because hopefully we can go on another couple of hikes before the really cold weather sets in, because we are supposed to have a beautiful week or week and a half now. And then I imagine we're going to head into winter. So right now we are getting ready for winter. And we sold a TMR mixer out of here in the summer, and that meant we had to take the wall down. So now Arnie's putting the wall back in, and we're gonna put up some really nice new fancy doors. This is the entryway into our feed room. So he's getting it all framed in, and then we're gonna have a nice double door here. And he doesn't have a bender, so he's bending it by hand.
Won't be perfect, but good enough for me.
For sure, it'll be fine. It's just a barn.
Just a barn.
That's right, but I want you to put fancy stuff on the doors.
How are you gonna find those? I was gonna try to find the Home Depot yesterday, but
Well, it doesn't have to be those. I mean, even, I don't know. We'll make it fancy. I got a coffee ready.
sure. I'm missing the piece. You see the old door. I got all the pieces in the old door.
Yeah.
But see, the old door was only that wide.
Okay.
So now we're gonna scrap it all together with a bunch of scrap pieces. I wish I had a bender, but I don't have a bender.
Can't have everything.
Well, you do then.
No, I don't.
You actually do then.
No, I actually don't.
You actually
I don't.
a perfect husband too. I wish I had a perfect wife.
Really?
Just kidding.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how that's gonna fit.
Got visitors. So I guess they're gonna look at rams, but they have no trailer with them, so that's what we always gauge. So we're in here for afternoon bottles. Those guys are still chit-chatting with Arnie. It's kind of social time when people come to buy rams. So it's just siesta time, so they've all kind of, their lambs have all been woken up with me coming in here. But the mums are mainly all still relaxing. Here's the mums who are taking it easy. Including Chewy. It's a nice day, so they're all lined up along the screens there. They're lambs. But as Arnie negotiates a ram sale, we'll say goodbye for another day. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll join us again tomorrow for the next day at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.